in studio, because that's how we do it here when our friends are leaving. Schmidt, he's leaving me. Rick Schmidt, Lieutenant with Cape Girardeau Police Department, he's leaving me. How could you leave me, Schmitty?
It's time.
It's not time.
Yeah, it's time.
I decide when it's time.
No, not on this one. It's time. 32.25 years is enough.
Yeah, that's a long time to serve.
Yeah, but it's been good,
Yeah.
and I'm excited, scared at the same time, but it's time.
Yeah. Well, this is our segment we call Cop Shop, and it's usually with Bobby, but Bobby's out and about doing what Bobby's doing on his time off, and he said, Schmidt's retiring, so he's going to sit in for me. I was like, well, this is a perfect time for us to go over your career. So you started as a patrolman, right?
Yeah, like everybody does. Everybody gets hired. You're brand new.
Not your chief of police, Steve, from way back. He started as janitor.
Yeah, we all start on the street.
Yeah.
And that was back in May 17th of 93.
Wow.
So it's been a while.
So you were a baby.
Yeah, I was a lot younger.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were a baby because, I mean, most of our rookies and our people out of the academy, they're very, very young, and they have not, I mean, they've done the academy, they've done their studies, they've done their shoot, don't shoot, their, whatever audio visual training, but until it's the real deal, it's the real deal. So think way back to when you were first on the street, to your first experience that shook you just a little bit. Do you remember it? Or how it made you feel and you were thinking, the hell am I doing?
Yeah, it's my first it's my first traffic stop.
Okay.
I was being trained by Jack Wimp, who's a retired assistant chief of police.
Love Jack.
Jackie was my training officer. It was my first traffic stop. South Kings Highway, south of Southern Express. Speeder. It was late at night, early in the morning. And I thought, is this really what I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
And it is.
It was eventually, but you had to have that moment where you spoke to yourself and you thought, what have I done?
Exactly.
Okay. So, well, what you did was end up with a really long career. Now, your roles changed as you went down through the years.
Sure it has. The patrol officers are the backbone of the police department.
They have to be.
Of course, we have to have those men and women on the street, in the cars, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. We couldn't function. But as I progressed, I chose to take different paths, which a lot of people do, not all, but that's what I wanted to do. I've done lots of stuff, but it's a small department in the grand scheme of law enforcement. We're a big town, but in law enforcement, we're a very small department.
Well, I mean, people who live in Fredericktown or Kelso or something, this is a giant city.
Right.
That for me, this is a little bitty town. Because the town I come from is 4 times bigger than this one. So I get a chuckle out of that because I know every single street, back road, what everybody's backyard looks like. And it takes you maybe a year or so, and you guys know when you hear an address exactly where it is. And oftentimes, who lives there?
Who lives there?
Yeah,
yes. It's and unless you've experienced it, because let's face it, we tell people that want to be police officers, it's something new every day. It's different people, different calls. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's the same person with a different face. I mean, it's one of those things where the criminal element, sometimes it's who you would least expect, and I think that's the most shocking thing I learned in the police experience that I went through with you all. I learned so much about what you all do. That's why I think everybody who serves on any council or any sort of city office who makes decisions for the department should have to go through that experience, so they get it, how hard it is to do what you guys have to do. But having to make those split-second decisions, I don't know that you ever get used to that. I know it's part of your training, but it still takes you by surprise.
Every day. And then to be judged, Monday morning quarterbacks, so to speak.
How much we love them.
In the 90s, we didn't have social media. It was newsprint and radio and television, but now you're judged by how many views or
From a
whatever
clip.
for something that no one was there with you, so they don't know.
And you didn't have body cameras yet.
Nope.
It was your word against theirs.
Exactly.
They took a video with their phone or whatever the case may be, and the rule of opinion just kind of takes over, and lives get ruined. Case in point, what happened in Ferguson. That cop did absolutely nothing wrong. His life was ruined.
It can happen.
Yeah.
And
so.
it's the sign of the times, and it's how we progress, and that's why we wear body cams. And it's to make sure that what truly happened is what's truly reported.
Now, danger's part of the job for everyone in law enforcement, and you knew that going in.
Sure.
What I want to know is how, when it's 120 with the heat index, you wear all that crap. That's what I want to know. It's black, it's heavy,
and it's hot.
It's hot.
And you don't have a choice. We don't put this on because it looks cool or it's the fashionable thing to wear. It's to keep us safe so we go home at the end of the shift.
Right.
That's what it is. And this has changed a lot in 30 years. Bullet resistant.
They're probably lighter, aren't
They're
they?
a lot thinner. They're a lot more pliable. They move around more. I mean, the uniforms changed. The cars have changed. We have cell phones now. It's a huge list.
So the Highway Patrol have Corvettes. I mean, that's how much we've changed.
Yeah.
But we do have a good amount of kids, I call them kids because they're young, coming out who want to be police now. And I think that tide has changed. We had a little dry spell there where everything kind of went south, but the mindset is turning, and we're getting people of all colors who want to be police.
It's coming back. It's cool to be a cop again,
Yeah.
which we've all lived through when it was cool to be a cop, and then it was not so much. And now we're turning back to what it was when I started. And there are still a good number of, I call them youth. I mean, they're in their 20s that want to still be police officers, and we have to have that.
Yeah. We need to make sure they're very, very well trained too, though. So we started as a patrolman. Now you're a lieutenant. What happens during those rank ups? How does that happen?
Oh gosh, you work there for the specific amount of time that you have to be before you're eligible for promotion, and then someone retires, someone quits. There's an opening, and you put in for it.
There's only so many lieutenants. There's only so many captains. There's only so many sergeants. There's only so many.
Yeah, we call that being landlocked. When you get younger command staff officers and younger sergeants, then you know we're going to be landlocked for a few years till someone retires.
Right.
Like I'm retiring at the end of next month. That opened up 3 positions.
3?
A lieutenant, a sergeant, and a corporal.
Because 3 people are going to move up.
3 people got promoted.
Okay.
Just because I walked out the door.
Okay.
Which is great for them because they've earned it. I mean, they wouldn't get it unless the chief said they were credible to get it. So congratulations to them when they're promoted. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, and we've got a great chief right now. I've known Adam Glick since I first moved here, and he's funny. He's kind of quiet, but he cares. And he cares a lot about what y'all have to go through, and he sticks up for you, and I like that. And I call him a relevant chief. I love that about him. But you've been through a few chiefs in your time here, too.
Sure, I have. Started under Butch Boyd. His wife was my English teacher at Jackson Junior High School, so I got the whole family.
That's great.
And then I've had 5 or 6 chiefs. I've had Chief Strong. I've had Chief Kennison. I've had Chief Rick Hetzel. I've had Wes Blair. So, and
now
still
Adam.
talk to all of them regularly, except for Chief Boyd because he's passed on. But you know, it's been the coolest job I've ever had.
Well, it's been the only job you've ever had.
Well, no, I've done other things before being a cop, but it's obviously the coolest job ever to stay at a place for 32 years.
But what I want to know is how does the family feel about knowing you're just going to be home all the time, making a mess, eating chips, sitting in your recliner, maybe going fishing?
they feel the same way I do. Tyra and I talk about it daily.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's...
She's telling you what you will and will not be doing, right?
No, it's a list.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't have to tell me. It's a list. But they're excited for me.
You go, girl.
But it's also a little scary at the same time, because whether the police department and I agreed or the city administration and I agreed, they've always been there.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Right.
And now they're not going to be there anymore.
New chapter.
So.
And you get to write it this time.
Oh, yeah, I've already started a new part-time job.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
I already know what it is, too. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you retire, you're still a young man.
Oh, yeah.
So you have plenty of time to do other things.
Shoot, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So do you want to be like a radio host or something?
No. What I want to be and what I will be is the best part-time hourly employee in the world. I'll show up early. If they need me to stay late, I'll stay late. I don't whine. I don't call in sick.
Yeah.
And what else can you ask for in 2025?
Oh, my Lord. That's almost asking too much for you to just show up. You know, as far as things that you've had to do, you've worked the street, you've worked the jail.
Yes.
You've done all these things. And I think, and we've got 1 minute left, but I don't know how you work the jail just because of the smell. And it's not because it's not clean. It's just because of all the inmates and their personal smells.
Yes.
That is the most horrifying thing in the world.
Well, a bonus for me is since COVID in 2020, I can't smell.
Okay.
So, +1 for me.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
But, all right. So, I'm really sad that you're leaving. I know that everybody has to go eventually. And it's not like we're hosting a funeral here, but he's retiring after 32 years at the Cape Girardeau Police Department. And if you could say one thing to the public in the minute we have left, what do you want to say?
Thank you. You know, I'm not a big, huge sentimental person, but it's been my pleasure to work. I'm going to make some contact before I walk out the door for the last time and thank people for letting me work for them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's important, whether it's 2025 or not, it's what my mom and dad would want me to do, is thank everyone for allowing me to do what I was put here to do, and this is it. Yeah. I mean, that sounds cliche, and that's not me, but this is what I wanted to do. My dad didn't want me to do it because it's dangerous and cops don't get paid any money and the same old, but it's what I did. Yeah. And it's what I was supposed to do. But I'm going to go around and thank everyone for allowing me to do what I did.
Well, you just thanked tens of thousands of people in one swift swoop. So
I just
can't imagine retiring and having a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
But yeah. I'll take her to school every day and pick her up in the afternoons and then go to work.
You'll be free to do it. That's awesome. Pretty soon you'll have grandkids and life will be rolling.
No.
Oh, that's going to happen soon. Just saying. All right. Wow. We have 1 minute left, and I've got to roll because I've got a minute commercial. But I want to thank you, not just for being in service, but you guys are family to me.
Yeah.
You've been family to me for a couple of decades. I love your kids. I love your wife. I love you. Just thank you.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It's the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see other agencies on the news or whatever, and they don't even know they're police officers in their city.
Yeah.
Here we know them by name. We hang out. We go to birthday parties together. So we're small enough city to still know everybody, but we're a big enough city that we're still professional.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
It is cool, and you're cool, and we're going to miss you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. That's Rick Schmidt, folks, Lieutenant at the Cape Girardeau Police Department for a few more days. Farewell to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.